So dear students, welcome for today's lecture. Today we are going to talk in detail about tablet coating process. Now in tablet coating, what all things we are going to study? So firstly, we are going to study why we go for, firstly we are going to study why we go for coating. Then which are the different types of coating? Then the various coating pans which are used. How is the process of coating carried out, that we are going to see. So these are the things which we are going to see in the today's session. So let's start with the basic definition of tablet coating. Now till now we have seen how tablets are manufactured. Now when we talk about tablet coating, it means if we have a tablet, now suppose if this is the tablet, on this you are going to apply a certain coat. Now this coating can be sugar coating, it can be film coating. So in the later part, we are going to study this whole processes of coating in detail. So let's first see the definition for tablet coating. Now tablet coating is the application of coating material to the exterior of a tablet. Now, as I told you previously, if I have a tablet over here, although if this is my tablet, to this tablet, I am going to apply a coat on the exterior surface of it. So tablet coating is a process of application of coating material to the exterior of a tablet with the intention of conferring benefits and properties to a dosage form over the uncoated variety. So when you coat a tablet, so when you coat a tablet, your core will be a tablet. So the basic intention why we go for coating is to confer a certain benefits to the core, that is tablet, and properties to the dosage form on which you are going to apply the coating. So in the whole talk, mainly the core will be the tablet. So it's a very simple thing to understand. Tablet coating is a process in which we apply a coating material to the exterior of tablet with an intention of conferring benefits and property to a dosage form over the uncoated variety. Now the definition which is given in Indian Pharmacopoeia for tablet coating, let's have a look to this definition. So as per Indian Pharmacopoeia, tablet coated with mixture of various substances such as resins, gums, inactive and insoluble fillers, sugars, waxes, etc. is called as tablet coating. So this is the definition which is given for tablet coating as per Indian Pharmacopoeia. Now from this picture, I think it will be more clear to you. Now the green portion which you see over here, I hope everyone can see this picture in a clear manner?
Yes, sir.
So you can see the green core which is shown over here. Now this core is of a tablet, okay? And on this core of a tablet, to the exterior of this tablet, you have applied a coat which can be shown, which can be seen over here with the help of the blue color. So you can see the cross-sectional area which shows over here. We have a core, and to the exterior of this core, we have applied a coating which is shown here with the help of blue color. And our core is shown here with the help of green color over here. So this is how the interior of a coated tablet looks. I think so from this, you may get a clear picture how a coating is applied to a core. Now let's move to a basic question that why we have to coat. Now, if you talk with respect to any dosage form, when we go for coating, there are certain reasons which we should ask as a formulator who is going to formulate these coated tablets. So there is a need that we have to go and coat, because when you go for coating, there will be increase in the price of the product, because coating is an additional step which we apply with a basic intention. Either it can be protection or to give a certain type of benefits or properties to the dosage form to which we are going to apply the coat. Now let's see in detail one by one why we go for coating. Now suppose if I have a drug that is API or the combination of API which I'm going to use in my tablet blend, if they are bitter in taste, so I can use coating for masking the bitter taste. Apart from that, if I have the ingredients which are going into my tablet formulation, which are having unpleasant odor, to mask them also, I am going to go for the additional step of coating. So the first thing is masking, which a coating will provide to the dosage form. So it can mask the bitter taste, it can mask the unpleasant odor. Also, it gives a protective function. This coating gives a protecting function to the drug from the surrounding. So it can be in terms of moisture, it can be in terms of protection from the environment. The another reason why we go for coating is to increase the stability of the drug product. So here we can increase the stability of the drug product by coating. Other reasons includes handling and ease for the patient when they're going to ingest these tablets. Apart from that, mechanical protection is also provided by coating so that there will be no breakage of the core tablets. It is also useful to avoid the light incompatibility. So in the earlier point, we have talked about protection from the surrounding. So when we talk about protection, it can be helpful for protecting the dosage form from the process such as environmental oxidation. Then one of the important point why we go for coating is to have an elegant look. When you see certain types of tablets which are coated, mainly sugar coated, they are very glossy and shiny in nature, which gives an elegant look to the product. One of the most important reason why we go for coating is to modify the drug release profile. So you can modify the release pattern of your tablet dosage form. So we can say this is a very important property as a formulation scientist, or when we want a specific release to be achieved by our dosage form. So we can modify the drug release profile of the tablet core by using certain polymers. And last but not the least, we also go for coating to give an identification to the product. So when we have a product identity, so coating can be used for product identity also. And apart from that, we can use different types of colors in coating so that we can mask the uneven color also if there is there into the blend. So these are some of the reasons why we go for coating. So whenever we do anything in the various pharmaceutical process, we should have a basic understanding why we go for that. So as in the earlier part, I told you, when we go for coating, this coating will increase the price, but it depends on the formulator that what will be the ultimate function which we are going to give to the tablet core. Now let's see here in detail one by one. Now when we apply coating for processing, so this is another reason why we go for coating. So it increases the packaging speed. So here specifically we are talking with respect to the processing of the tablets. It also reduces the damage during the packaging process. Then the printing efficiency and the clarity is more. Then the product identification is also achieved by coating. Then there is reduced changeover and clean down time. And lastly, reduce operator exposure to active substances. So these are some of the points with respect to processing of the coating process. Now let's talk on this point, that is coating for marketing. Now you know that whenever a product is manufactured, the marketing plays an important role in the overall sales of that product. So coating can be a very essential tool for marketing purpose. Now let's see this with the help of examples. Now this coating will allow product to stand out from the competitor. Now suppose if you have various competitors in the market, and if you are applying a coating which will give a special identity to your product. Now you can see here the example of Neurontin 600, which is directly with the help of application. You can see it is given over here. So coating will allow your product to stand out from your computers, that is the competitors, and the color and the shape of the tablet for the branding can be easily achieved with the help of coating. And you can also have your trademarks embossed on the tablets with the help of coating. So you can see over here we have a Zocor. Okay, here you have a different shape of tablet. Fine. Here also the shape is different. So this is what we can achieve with the help of coating with special reference to the marketing. Then as in the earlier points, why we go for coating, as I told you, one of the basic reason is to give protection and also to give more stability to your core. So we can protect the tablet from light, moisture, oxidation. So as this are the one of the catalysts we can say which can lead to the degradation of your product. So when you apply a coat, it will give you protection against light, moisture, and oxidation. Now, one of the important points which we discuss regarding why we go for coating is we can modify the release pattern of the core. So your core can be a tablet, it can be a capsule, or even it can be granules. Now, suppose if no functional coating is provided to a tablet core, so what will happen? You can see here with the help of the graph which is shown here on the right hand side. So when we plot a graph of time versus the percentage release of the drug, you will find where we are not applied any functional coating, there is an immediate release. So there is an immediate release of the drug. Now, when you provide a release of drug at various GI site depending on the pH, so that time the release pattern which you get, it will be a delayed release pattern for the drug. And this is achieved with the help of a special type of coating that is called as enteric coating, where we use certain polymers such as CAP, that is cellulose acetate halate. And you can see here, instead of immediate release, you are going to get a delayed release. So this is how the release pattern you are going to get when you plot percentage drug release versus pH. So depending on the pH which you have in the anatomical regions present into an patient's body, the release pattern will be different. So here the release pattern which you are going to get when you go for enteric coating is the delayed release pattern. Now, you can also change the rate of release of the active ingredient. That is, you can achieve control rate over a period of 24 hours or whole day. Now you can understand this concept more with the help of the graph which is shown over here. So you can have an extended release. So you can see over here the graph means the release pattern of the drug has been extended. So this is one of the reasons why we can say coating plays a very important role to avoid an functional properties where we can modify the release pattern of the core which we have coated. So I hope this point is clear to you, students. Hello. I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now let's talk about coating with respect to consumers. So here when we talk in terms of pharma industry, normally the consumers are the patients. So the patient compliance is affected by the products. You all know that. Now suppose if my product looks elegant in nature, okay, it has a good artistic look, there are more chances that the patient will adhere to the whole dosage regimen which has been given to him by the doctor. Now, when we are talking regarding coating with special reference to the consumers, this coating provides ease of use when they are using it. Then it helps for identifying the product. Then it also improves the efficacy of the dosage form. Then you can mask or alter the change or alter the taste of your product. And even you can mask the odor if your blend is having an unpleasant odor. Now you can see here some examples are given over here. So this is what a difference makes. For example, you have a tablet which is not having any identification mark. This is having no identification mark over here. Here we have a tablet which is having identification mark. Here also, okay. So it makes a different thing, okay. So this will help for identification purpose, okay. So here we have shown the anterior as well as the posterior side of the tablet on both the side. So here there is no mark. Here we have a mark, okay. Here there we have a embossing of the brand name itself, that is Paxil. Then as it is 40 mg Paxil, which is also available in oral suspension. So these are some of the unique features which coating provides with special reference to the consumers. Now coming to the next point, now we have seen in detail why we go for coating. What are the basic reason why we go for coating? Prior to that, we have seen the basic definition for coating. Now let's move to the next point, that is, which are the different types of coating which we can apply on a particular core. So the various types of coating includes, firstly, sugar coating. Then we have second type of coating, that is enteric coating. So enteric coatings comes under a major class that is called as film coating. So first one is your sugar coating. Then second one is your film coating. Third one is control release coating, where we can have a functional coating given to the product. Then there are specialist type of coatings which are used nowadays, which includes compress coating. Then we also have electrostatic coating, deep coating, and vacuum film coating. So these are the various types of coating by which we can apply a coat on the exterior of the core. So I again repeat over here, your core can be a tablet, it can be a capsule, it can be a granule, but in a syllabus, you have a special point, that is tablet coating. So it's not only that we are going to apply it on the tablet core, but you can apply it on the capsule or even on the granules. Now let's understand the overall process of tablet coating. I hope everyone can see the slide which I have projected over here in a clear way.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you can see the various steps which are involved over here. Now, for example, if you want to apply a coat, for that you are going to prepare the coating formula, which you are going to spray on the exterior of the tablet core. Then the weighting of the tablet core takes place when you spray this formula on the tablet core. Then the recrystallization takes place and you will get a coated particle. Now you can understand from this. This is a core which is shown over here, okay, in a spherical yellow color. So here what you have done, on this core, you are going to apply the coating formula with the help of spraying. So you can see you have started spraying over here, okay. Now you can see the particles of the coating droplets which get adhered to the core. So when they get adhered, what will happen? This droplet will lead to the weighting of the core. So you can see over here the weighting takes place with the help of the coating droplets, and then the recrystallization takes place when this coating droplets get dried. And this will lead to a formation of film, and you are going to obtain a coated particle over here. And if you see the cross-sectional area, you will find this is a core which is shown over here, and the red color this whole portion which I am showing with the help of green color is your coat which we have applied on the core. Now let's see in detail about the first type of coating, that is sugar coating. Now sugar coated tablets, when we talk about, the first thing which comes into our mind or strike to our mind is the gems, small spherical shape chocolates which we have at least eaten once in a lifetime. Gems खाल्लेत का सगळ्यांनी? I think so. Okay.
Yes,
So you
sir.
get these gems in so now you get these gems in different color. So what is there? What is your core? You have a chocolate. Okay. On this chocolate core, what you have applied? You have applied different types of color coating. Okay. So why the basic reason why we are attracted to the gem chocolate is the variety of colors which we can get these gem chocolates. Okay, which are just like in spherical tablets. And these colors are more glossy in nature, they are shiny in nature. And this is which a tablet coating gives a special advantage as compared to that of film coating. Now let's see in detail regarding the sugar coating process. Now these are the examples of chocolate. I know that everyone likes chocolates. Okay, and when you say about the various dosage forms where we apply sugar coating, it means that it is going to give you a special taste based on the formula which you have used for the sugar coating. Now, sugar coating is the most conventional multi-step coating process. So it is a multi-step process. As the name suggests, this process involves the application of sugar, that is sucrose, based coating solutions to the tablet. So from the name itself, you are going to get an idea. Here we are going to apply a sugar, that is sucrose based coating solutions to the tablet course. It is carried out with the coating process of sugar coating is carried out in the coating pan, which have a variable capacity, and where we have this coating pans which are mounted at an angle of 40 degree. So normally you will find these are mounted at an angle of 40 degree. It uses a labor, so more labor is used, okay, and it requires a fair degree of skill. So sugar coating is not only a technology, but it is also an art which is gained by experience by the person who's working on a coater machines. So just to summarize in short what sugar coating is, it is one of the conventional multi-step coating process where we apply sugar, that is sucrose based coating solutions to the tablet. And this coating process is carried out in coating pans which have an variable capacity, and the coating pans are mounted at a 40 degree angle. And this process requires more labor, more time, as well as specialized skills are required when we go for sugar coating. Now let's talk about certain advantages which sugar coating gives. Now it is cheap. Now cheap means with respect to the money involved into it, so it is economical. The coating material which is used, it is normally a sugar, that is sucrose. So it is a self coating material. The machines which are used, they are also economical in cost. Sugar coating also provides good patient compliance. So as they have a more aesthetic look, they can be available in various current, they have a glossy look as well as shiny look. So due to which the more patient compliance is achieved when you prescribe sugar coated tablets to the patient. And can be reprocessed if required, and it gives less hardness to the core. So these are some of the specific advantages which sugar coating gives to us. Now, as you know that every coin has two sides. In the same way, there are certain disadvantages also of sugar coating. Now, as in the earlier part, it requires more labor, as well as it is one of the time-consuming process. It increases the weight of the core. Means it increases the weight of the whole formulation. So near about 70% increase is there into the formulation when you apply sugar-coated process. So in the later part, we are going to see the difference between sugar coating and film coating, where you'll understand it in a more proper way, that as the sugar coating is a multi-step process, it requires more time. It also increases the weight of the formulation. So 70% increase is there into the basic core, apart from the basic core. Then increase in the packaging and shipping cost is also more in sugar coated formulations. It requires specially trained personals. And the another disadvantage is when you go for the printing of certain types of logos or alphabets, so there can be problems with respect to the imprinting which you want to print on the tablet. So these are certain disadvantages of sugar coated formulations. Now let's see which types of raw materials goes in the formulation of sugar coating. Now, as in the earlier part, we have discussed that sugar coating is a process where we apply sugar bases, normally the sucrose. So normally the basic content will be sugars and its substitutes. So you can use sucrose, you can use glucose, lactose, then we have isomalt sugar, that is alcoholic sugars you can use. Now to keep this whole formula intact, we need certain kind of additives to be added into it. So for that purpose, we use binders. So the binders which are used, mainly they are from the category of gums, such as we can use acacia, tragacan, then we use gelatin, then PVP, that is polyvinyl pyrrolidone, then coloring agents which are used, it includes water soluble dyes and water insoluble lakes. Now keep this in your mind, students, very clearly. Dyes are water solubles and lakes are water insoluble. Then other components which goes as a raw material for sugar coating, it includes anti-adherents such as talcum, or you can use colloidal silica. Then fillers are also required. So calcium carbonate is used, then we have calcium sulfate, starch is used, talcum is used, we can use titanium dioxide also. And we need certain types of polishing agents. So this is one of the steps which is there in sugar coating, that is polishing, which gives more luster colors, more shiny colors. So this, for that purpose, we use polishing agents such as mainly from the wax category. So we use beeswax, or we use carnauba wax, or we can use paraffin. And other materials which goes in the formula of sugar coating, it includes flavoring agents or surfactants. So these are some of the raw materials which goes in the formulation of sugar coating. So at least you should know the examples for them. Now coming to the important point from sugar coating, that is which are the different steps which are involved in sugar coating. So we have seen that sugar coating process is a multi-step process. So it includes steps such as sealing, then subcoating, then glossing or smoothing, and coloring, polishing, and printing. So normally we can say there are 5 steps which are involved in the sugar coating. Now suppose if you want to print something onto your coating which you have applied, so you will have one more additional step, that is printing. So which are the various steps which are involved in the sugar coating? Let's explore them one by one. So the first step is sealing or seal coating. Now you can see this diagram over here. Now here this is which is shown in yellow color. Okay. It is your tablet core. So this is your tablet core which is shown in the yellow color. Now the second thing which you have applied on this tablet core, that is in the first step. Okay. On this tablet core, firstly you're going to go for sealing. So this will give you a seal coat. Okay. Then you have subcoating. So the first step in sugar coating process is sealing. It is also called as seal coating. Then the second step is subcoating. Third step is glossing or smoothing. Okay. That is also called as syrup coat. And then you go for application of color and polish them. And lastly, if you need to print something on the tablet core, you are going to go for printing. So I hope which are the steps involved in sugar coating, it is known to you. So how many steps are involved in sugar coating? Hello. How many steps are involved in sugar coating process? 6. Okay. So normally you will find that there are 6 or 5 processes. Normally 5 processes are there. If you need to print something, that time only you will be having the 6th step. Now let's see this one by one, the various steps. So the first step is seal coating. So in seal coating, what will happen? Now these are the tablets which are uncoated. No single step has been carried out on the coated, that is the uncoated tablets, which is shown here on the left hand side. So after seal coating, you will find that a seal is applied on the core, that is your tablets. So this is how the seal looks. Now why we go and apply seal coating? So whenever we do anything, there is a reason for that. So the seal coating is applied to prevent water coming out from the coating solution. Secondly, to prevent the migration from the core. There can be chances that the migration of the material can take place from the core to the seal coating which you are going to apply. To produce enteric coating, in some cases where we apply certain polymers such as CAP, that is cellulose acetate phthalate. And the other purpose why we go for seal coating is to reduce the core abrasion. So these are the basic reasons why we carry out the steps in sugar coating of seal coating. And the second step involves subcoating. Now you can see here what we have obtained in the first step of sealing. Okay. On this sealing coated tablets, what we are going to do is, what happened in the first step, in continuation to them, on this seal coat which you have applied on your tablets, to this you will go and add another materials, basically to get the round off shape edge of the course. Now subcoating is mainly done for this purpose, so that we get a round of shape edge of the course. And here the smooth surface is not required. And also to provide a good substrate for the subsequent step of smoothing. So why we go for subcoating? Because this subcoating will help to give the round of shape edges for the core. And also it provides as a good substrate for the subsequent step of smoothing. So when you do subcoating, your tablets will look in such a way. Now you can see here the round of shape edges of the cores are easily seen over here. So this is what you can see once you carry out this step of subcoating. Now moving further, the third step is glossing or smoothing. So whatever which we have applied in the second step to this, what you're going to do is you'll go for the glossing or smoothing. Now this is done to smooth the rough core surface. So what this, as you can see here, when in the second step, whatever the rough course which you have achieved, this can be given a smooth surface with the help of glossing or smoothing process. And also to provide a smooth base for the color coat. So that's the reason why we do the glossing or smoothing. Now the next step is the application of color coating. So whatever we have applied in the smoothing process is shown over here. And to this, you are going to apply the color which you want to apply over here. And this coloring steps is performed to achieve an evenly colored smooth surface. And then we have the next step, that is polishing or finishing. So you can see here they are not having shine. Okay. So with the help of various polishing agents, mainly the waxes, you can use beeswax, carnauba wax, or paraffin. You can see you're going to get the finished products which are more shiny in nature. Okay. Now polishing or finishing is mainly done to enhance the gloss. So you can see these tablets are more glossy, and to provide moisture protection also to the formulation. Now let's talk again in detail about sugar coating. So it is one of the oldest method which is used for coating. So traditionally sugar coating formed the bulk of coated tablets, but today it has been overcome by film coating as the modern technology which is used today for coating, it has been evolved. Now when you want to coat this tablets should be smooth. Firstly, they should be rounded and polished to a high degree when you want to get a sugar coated tablets. Now this process, as we have already seen, it is a multi-stage process which involves 6 separate operations, which includes firstly the sealing step where we seal the tablet core. Then we have second step, that is subcoating, where we apply the subcoating over there, which will give you a more weight to your product, and the core will, and it will be acting as a substrate over there. Then whatever the core, that is the rough surface which is obtained in the subcoating, in the next step, that is smoothing, we go for rounding, that is to prepare the smooth surface. Then coloring is done, then polishing, and then if required, you go for printing. Now, I hope that we have another, how much time? How much time is left with us? I think so 15 minutes. किती मिनिटं आहे आपल्याकडे? Are you there? All of you? Okay. Now let's talk about the second type of coating, that is film coating. Okay. Now, when we talk about film coating, this film coating can be not only used for tablets, but it can be applied to capsules or pellets. So it can be easily applied to this tablet, not only to the tablet cores, but also for capsules and pellets. Okay. Where by surrounding them with the help of thin layer of polymeric material. Now, what is film coating? Here to a tablet core, you are going to apply a film. Now, this film I am showing with the help of different color. You are going to apply a film which is very thin in nature. And this film is mainly of a polymeric material. Now, before going and discussing the various raw materials which are used for the film coating, first try to understand the major difference between the sugar coating process and the film coating process. Now, this differentiation is a very important point which everyone should understand. I have taken this picture from a textbook of pharmaceutics, okay, where they have given in a very nice way the major difference between the sugar coating and film coating. Now, in the first column, we have the features. In second column, we are talking about the sugar coating process, and in the third column, we are talking about the film coating process. Now, when we talk about tablets specifically, with respect to the appearance, when you apply a sugar coating to these tablets, they are rounded with high degree of polish. And when you apply film coating, they enter the contour of the original core. And usually, the film coated tablets, they are not shiny as that of the sugar coated type. So in the olden days, I told you that when sugar coating process was used, that time the weight which was there, which was given, it was up to 50%. Okay. So there is a lot of increase in the weight when you use sugar coating process on the tablet cores. So you will find here we have an increase in the weight, that is in the percentage range of 30 to 50%. On the other hand, the important point which we should know that there is only 2 to 3% increase in the weight when you apply film coating. So you can see there is a huge difference between the weight gain when you apply sugar coating and when you apply film coating. So when you apply sugar coating, here there is an increase in a percentage range of 30 to 50%. And when you apply film coating, it is only 2 to 3%. Then, is it possible to apply logo or brake lines with the help of sugar coating? It's not possible. But when you use film coating, it's possible. Then, with respect to other solid dosage forms such as capsules or granules, coating possible, but they have little industrial experience. That is the importance. And when we talk about film coating, we can go for the coating of multiparticulates, mainly the granules and other forms. And very important thing is that you can modify the release pattern of the drugs. Now coming to the next process, that is the next features from the tablet, that is the process. When you talk with respect to the stages which are involved into sugar coating and film coating, the stages in the sugar coated process, it is a multi-stage process, okay? And film coating, it is usually a single stage process. Then the typical batch time coating, which is required for sugar coating, it is 8 hours, but it can take usually more longer time than this. And the time required for film coating, it is 1.5 to 2 hours. Then the functional coatings can we apply by sugar coating process? Not usually, but it is only possible for enteric coating, where you have to apply this enteric coat in the sealing process only, the sugar coating. And with respect to film coating, we can easily adapt any of the control release or the modified release pattern. Means the functional coatings are easily applied with the help of film coating process. So I think with this, we'll stop over here, and the remaining part for film coating we'll see tomorrow.